Hey guys, it's Comic Uno. Today I am doing a special Comic Uno review. It's on the Broadway play, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, which I saw today, which I've been waiting for a really long time. I've been really excited for this, but you know, they had all those problems with the whole entire something not being safe, so they changed up the musical, they changed up the whole story and stuff, making it more of a story than just, you know, a circus act. And they made it real great. They made a story here, and so they made this whole story and music to go because it's a musical. But here before wasn't really that great, but now I think they're getting a lot better reviews of Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. So the story I feel like was more about like kind of like the movies because you know, actually the first and second movie I would say, because we have Spider-Man, whole entire origins, him being a geek, him getting bitten by a spider, Uncle Ben dying, and him becoming Spider-Man. But then we have Spider-Man, him not wanting to be Spider-Man because he wants to be with Mary Jane. He's like, Spider-Man no more. And they have a whole song about that, actually. If I find that later, I'll tell you which song that is. Speaking about the songs, I thought the songs in this play were really great. I mean, some I didn't like that much, but some I really liked even before I saw the play, like Rise Above and Boy Fell from the Sky. I just really, really loved. And actually, I knew Rise Above was definitely going to be for Uncle Ben's death, because it was just so perfect for it. And there's just this one line, I'm like, that's Uncle Ben saying it. Because the whole song is about, oh, you have to rise above. You know, you have to rise above from everything. I mean, they didn't say, which I was a little disappointed about in this play, was that Uncle Ben didn't say, with great power comes great responsibility, which is why Peter always says it. And they said it in the play, but Peter just says, like when he's gonna become Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. But you know, that was Uncle Ben's line, and that was what he said. That was him. That was his line. So not hearing that was kind of disappointing. But knowing the Rise Above was about Uncle Ben was definitely from this line. An old man said to me, it's not who, but what you know. Definitely knew that was him. It's not who, but what you know. It just sounds Uncle Ben, you know. Just Uncle Ben had all that wisdom, you know. Always had something good to say. He came up with the lines, with great power comes great responsibility, which they didn't say in the movie, in the Broadway show, but a little disappointed about that. But let's go back to the songs. I really liked Rise Above, of course. Bouncing off the walls I kind of liked. Picture This I liked. Rise Above #1. Boy Falls from the Sky, and one of my new favorites now. I've been listening to like all day because I bought the CD. I Just Can't Walk Away, Say It Now. That, I really like that song too. So those are like my favorite songs out of the play. They really, because it really tells a story too. Like if you're listening to it, you're like, oh, like even before I saw the play, I was like I said about Rise Above, that's definitely Uncle Ben saying that. Rise Above, I would say, because they had two parts for that, Rise Above 1 and Rise Above 2, felt like that was one of the most important songs. It describes, I just feel like this whole entire play, like sometimes you would think, oh, maybe they wouldn't have read the stuff, maybe they would have gotten the character wrong, but they just got the character so perfect as Spider-Man. And you can see that he had so many doubts, you know, and he wanted Mary, a lot of the story, because he had to have that love relationship stuff, a lot of it was like, I want Mary Jane, but she can't know who I am, and of course the big villain was the Green Goblin and his Sinister Six. It's like, if Green Goblin finds out who I am, they're going to destroy my family. Mary Jane and Aunt May, who I love, and I already lost Uncle Ben. So, what am I going to do if I lost them? So, I feel like the whole story was, too, that, alright, Mary Jane, I really love Mary Jane, but I have to balance my life. And that was another, I would say after the intermission, that was a lot about, alright, how am I going to balance my life with Mary Jane and being Spider-Man? I thought the funniest character, and I think the girl behind me when I was sitting, and she was like, "That's the funniest character." The Green Goblin, I thought he was really hysterical. But I felt that it's not a bad negative thing. But I felt more that Green Goblin in this play was more like Dr. Oct in the movie. I'm not going to compare it to the comics because it felt like more towards the movie they were going towards, which I really liked because I love the movies. But because Dr. Octopus was more about his wife, and because of the science was really ruining his relationship. So it felt in the play it was more like, alright, Green Goblin and his wife, they're close, but the science, kind of gets into their relationship. And because of the science, the wife died. And Green Goblin kind of forgets who he is, and that's how he becomes Green Goblin. But that kind of reminded me more of Dr. Ock than Green Goblin, because Green Goblin is more like wasn't about that pretty much. But in the play, he was. So, it was more Dr. Ock feeling to me. In the Sinister Six, they had 2 extra people. Don't ask me who their name was. They had Kraven, they had Lizard, they had Electro, but they had Carnage. But it wasn't the Sinister Six, like our Sinister Six from the comics. But still, one of the unique stuff about this Broadway play was the swinging and all of the swinging across the thing. And they swing above, like, the orchestra. So, like, the orchestra seats, and then there's this flying zone, which is, like, the second thing, which I sat in, and you can see them all fly, and it was very, very entertaining. I feel like they probably did less than they did before the show was 2.0, Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark, but there's still a lot of action. The point of Green Goblin, the big Green Goblin Spider-Man fight was awesome with the wires. Him becoming Spider-Man, whole flying, just really great. It felt like, and there was like a lot of film in the back, like especially when the Green Goblin was talking and the whole Sinister Six ruining the whole entire town. There was a lot of screen work in the back. It just felt wow. You really experience in a whole different level you haven't seen in Broadway. Also, the sets I thought were really, really well done. Costumes were really well done. Only the Lizard I didn't really like, because the Lizard was him, but Dr. Connor kind of body also, so the Lizard was kind of coming out of him. Yeah, I was like, wasn't so great about that. But I like that they, at first, before I knew Dr. Connor was in the show, I was like, that they gave little references, like Betty Grant, also, and they're saying, oh, who left my, Oscorp, because everyone was leaving because he was so involved with this science project, and everyone was leaving. So I was like, Dr. Connor left, and so I was like, yeah, Lizard. Like some people that don't know Spider-Man, was like, oh, who the hell, they're probably just naming these random people. Dr. Connor, he is a real person. So, they definitely got the characters right. I'm glad that they had our characters right. The songs were awesome. I gotta say, in my opinion, it's probably the best Broadway show I have seen. I don't know. Even my family who doesn't like comics, who went and saw it with me, really loved the play, and they had a new respect for Spider-Man. Sometimes they wouldn't give. Some people won't even give the light of day to Spider-Man, just saying, "Oh, he's just a stupid superhero." Little kids like. No, he has a great story, and. But I was thinking in my mind, like, he's one of those heroes, and I'm happy they did a Broadway play on him, because he's one of those heroes that's just so real. He had those real problems. He was a nerd. His uncle died, and he wanted to just do good in life. I just felt like Spider-Man is I think the reason I love Spider-Man so much, my favorite character is Spider-Girl, but on the top, Spider-Man is one of my favorite characters. And why I love him so much is that he's just so real. And I think a Broadway play is perfect because he just expressed that realness and that superpower, superhero-ness of him. They just express so much of it. And I'm very happy. I'm ready to see this play again. I definitely have to see it again in the future. If I had to give you seats where you should sit, I think Flying Zone was perfect. Because if you're in an orchestra, you kind of look up in the air because they're above you. So even though you're closer to the stage, they do a lot of flying scenes. So I would go sit in the Flying Zone, which I think is better because you're close to the stage and the flying. But like I said, the sets were amazing. The first thing when I first saw those, the first thing that amazed me at a Broadway play. A lot of things amazed me. Songs amazed me. Everything amazed me. The first thing that amazed me was the sets, and I think that was really a great job. And the actors did a really great job. Like I said, Green Goblin was funny. Mary Jane did a great job with her stuff. Reeve Carney, he did a great job with Spider-Man, I thought. To tell you the truth, he kind of reminded me of Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Man movie. They both portray Peter perfectly, as I would read them in the comics. Like, that's Peter. So, and I actually liked Mary Jane. And I love Mary Jane as a character. I like this version of Mary Jane maybe a little bit more than the movie Mary Jane, because I didn't love the movie Mary Jane. This definitely was great. If you're not a Spider-Man fan, you are going to become a Spider-Man fan with this play. And if you love Spider-Man, go see this play. You're going to love it. If you love Broadway, I don't know if you're like old-fashioned Broadway, if you might not like it, because it is very different from different shows. But definitely go give this play a try. I give 5 out of 5 stars. Go see it. I thought it was perfect. And hopefully I'll see it again in the future. Alright, this was Comic Uno, guys. I hope you enjoyed my review on Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. See you guys.